This is Darrell Lonnie with the head women's basketball coach here at Western Oregon, Greg Bruce. It's an exciting week of basketball for both the men and the women. We've got a big tournament coming up this weekend. Greg, before we get into that, let's review your team's play. We have not talked about Concordia road game and Boise State road games. So take us through that, your impressions of how your team played.
Well, we had our last two exhibition games. Wednesday we played at Concordia, and that's the one game that we have not, in my estimation, showed up to play with some heart and some determination. I was disappointed in our effort. I think we led at halftime by 1, if I remember right. And in the second half, the game kind of got away from us, and I think we ended up losing by 9. Now, Concordia is a good team. They were 29-4 last year and went to the final 16 of the NAIA National Championship. But still, we didn't compete as hard as I would have liked. We played everybody, trying to get a look at people and stuff like that because it is an exhibition game for us. But still, the effort wasn't as good as I had hoped. They did later on, though. Concordia went up to Seattle U on Saturday. And Seattle U this is their second year Division I, the move, and they beat Seattle U at Seattle U 50-47. So they're not slouches, but we just didn't come out with any real determination to play hard as we need to.
Boise State?
Boise State, man, they have some athletes. 2 girls in the course of the game, 2 girls grabbed the rim for Boise State as we're playing the game. Very athletic. Once again, I thought we really did some good things, even though the score may not indicate it. Katie Torland had another strong game. Shayla Corder, who's coming off of an ACL surgery last spring, is now starting to get back into her own, and she had a pretty solid game. Megan White didn't travel, ankle injury. Erica Wilson didn't travel. She's still got her rotator cuff situation. And obviously Alvis is still out with her ACL rehab. But so we're down a little bit in numbers, and we gave it a decent effort, but they're it's a Division I team and they're pretty good, and they're too strong for us. So we're trying to work out some things and learn from them, and hopefully we can carry that over into next weekend, which is what we're really pointing toward.
You've been playing obviously really tough teams and divisional level up teams. Is that the reason, Greg? Your shooting numbers are down, field goal shooting numbers are down, your turnovers I know are too high. Is it because you're playing much tougher teams, or are you concerned about these areas?
Well, I think it's kind of a little bit of both. I am concerned, not so much with the shooting. I think we're a decent shooting team. I am worried about the turnovers because we don't seem to be making a progression. We seem to be making the same kinds of mistakes game after game. But we are playing against some Division I athletes: Oregon, Boise State. Now we have Portland State tonight, which we're not going to talk about, but another team that's going to be very difficult to play against. So we're going to work on that. We had some turnovers issues in our first tournament back in Disney, and we are playing 3 freshmen at the 1-2 positions. You're going to get some of that, but we've got to shore that up as we move into our Division II schedule.
Are your young people getting healthier? You mentioned a couple of them have not been playing.
Well, we don't. I hope Megan White's going to be able to play tonight against Portland State. I'm not sure. Erica Wilson still has a shoulder, a rotator cuff strain, and she's kind of day to day. If she doesn't play tonight, hopefully we'll have her available for the weekend tournament.
You played everything on the road. It's going to be nice to actually this weekend play in your own gym, huh?
We are very excited about that. Yeah, we'll have played I think this will be our 7th game, and everything's been away from home. So we are very fired up to play at home.
All right, let's talk about the field. Tell us about the other teams that will be participating this weekend, and in specific, those 2 teams you're going to play.
Well, we play Cal State Monterey Bay to open the tournament at 4 o'clock on Friday. And we played them last year in a tournament. They're out of the CCAA. They're a pretty solid team. They did lose their best player from last year. But this weekend, they played Nevada Reno, another Division I team, and, name skips me. They've had 2 D1 exhibition games, and they have lost both of those. But they have a kid that set out a year from Cal State LA of transfer, who against Reno had 17 points, 11 rebounds. I think she's like a 5'11" wing. And their starting point guard is back, and she was a CCA all-conference player last year. So they're going to be very solid, much like San Francisco State, who we played earlier in the year, kind of a mid-level CCA team. In the first game that day, Northwest Nazarene plays Mesa State from Colorado. And Northwest Nazarene is in our conference, as everybody should know. They're a great team. That would be really fun for watch them play because they're up and down. They have a local product down to Tualatin High School and Krista Hine, and they're really good. So then on Saturday we turn around and they will play. Northwest Nazarene will play Monterey Bay at 1, and we'll come in and play Mesa State at 3. Mesa State has a brand new coach and about 8 or 9 brand new players, so we don't know really what to expect from them. They did have a exhibition game against Utah Valley, which is a Division I school, over the weekend, and lost, I believe, 62-56. But I haven't got far enough into the game prep to really be able to tell you about players or what to expect. Worried more about Monterey Bay first, and then we'll kind of get ready for Mesa.
You're playing a lot of people, and I know that's the usual norm early in the season. I assume this will continue for some time as you get a look at your people in depth prior to league play starting, huh?
Well, we're trying to do that and sort out exactly what we have, and who's best at what position and all that kind of stuff. But we'll probably slim it down some as we start to move into these games, getting ready for the conference play, because we have some winnable games coming up here, and it's important that we get our best players out there for the most part of the time.
Are you ahead of schedule or behind schedule with your offense and or your defense?
Well, I'm not sure I know the answer to that. I think we're behind schedule offensively. We put a lot of time into defensive preparation prior to, and I'd say we're maybe about where I expected to be defensively. It's hard to tell against these really good teams with, they tower over us and they run by us, but I think we're ahead of schedule defensively. Offensively, that's where we need to bring our preparation up to game speed.
I assume you like the idea, and because I know this has been the case for some time, that you don't play the other league team that you bring in this case Northwest Nazarene. You don't schedule it as a true format. It's not winners, losers, losers. You format the whole thing out, and I assume you like the idea that you're not playing your league team in this tournament.
Yeah, definitely. It's a classic format, and they wouldn't want to play us any more than we'd want to play them because 3 times in a season is too much. So we've done that. This is the 3rd year of the tournament. I started when I got here, and we've done that. St. Martin's has been in the other 2 years as our GNAC opponent or GNAC participant in this tournament. They'll be back next year. Northwest Nazarene is filling the void this year, so it's a good situation from that standpoint.
Coach, we wish you the best, and I know your young people will be raring to go and playing at home this weekend.
We are raring to go, and I thank you very much, Darryl, and we're looking forward to it.
All right, that's the women's head basketball coach here at Western Oregon, Coach Greg Bruce.